You can look around at any time in history. Uh, the big bank bailouts in 2009. Okay, we poured trillions into that, and what did we get for it? Well, the system didn't collapse, but that's about all you can say about it. The cost to the taxpayer was astounding. Okay, to the point that people today are saying, you will not do this again. We can't afford this again. Okay. So it's kind of, you can only socialize the losses for so long before you run out of other people's resources to socialize the losses with. And that is also true. That is true for money, just as it is for polygamous relationships. Eventually, only so much outsourcing can be done before the rest of society goes, yeah, you're the problem. We're going to lynch you now. We're going to remove you from life now because we can no longer bear the cost of your losses.
Now you're starting to get to where the boomers don't want to understand reality.
Correct.
This is a present situation we're actually having to face, and right now they have the easy option to leave. And at our cost. If we really want to be economical about it, there's a very fast, effective, and economic model. Which I don't want to have. I don't think we want to have to go down that route, but it may become necessary at a certain point. Oh, yeah.
What path is that, Nick?
Well, you have invaders. You're being depopulated by non-Americans who believe in magic dirt. They're going to conquer. If they win, we will. It's us versus them. Put it that way. They don't believe in the America that our founders worked for, that our ancestors came here to build. Uh, Generally Christian America with certain moral principles, etc. No, they come in and they import all their false gods, their moral degeneracy, and their scam tactics. They're a burden on the system. They take American jobs away. They threaten your existence. And if they amass enough numbers, you'll have a repeat of South Africa and Rhodesia.
Can I speak on behalf of all boomers here, Nick? I don't give a shit about that. I have my money invested in U.S. industry. And we need this cheap labor coming in so the corporations can make money and so my portfolio does not fall. And you dumb Z millennial person, don't you know I have my man in the White House? Yes, I have my money invested in my house. Yeah, I know you can't afford it. Okay. My man is going to change the rules. So instead of a 30-year mortgage, you can get a 50-year mortgage. So therefore, I can sell my house. I don't have to take a loss on it. And yes, it burdens the young people. I don't give a shit. I want my money. I don't have to pass it on as an inheritance. I want to go on cruises. I want to live my final years in peace and comfort. And I'm in control. So just suck it up, you young people. You don't work hard enough anyway. You didn't work as hard as I did when I was your age. So it's your fault.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what the response is of the young people is? Fuck you, boomer.
Fuck you. Mm-hmm.
Night of the pillows can't come quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want all boomers to die. My dad's a boomer. He's actually a really good dude. But, well, okay, here's the thing, though. Here's a fun fact about the boomers. They're already dying.
Yeah.
Something like, doing math in my head, something like 20% of them are already dead.
Who are the dumb? Who are the boomers? Are probably the most gullible in the taking the booster. The not only did they get the what's he call it
The clot shot.
yeah, but then they get all the boosters too.
Yeah. Right. So, it's like, in some regards, the boomers' problem is a self-limiting problem. Okay. Again, I don't want bad things to happen to them. I really don't. I don't think that that's going to be a useful thing. Although, and in part because they are removing themselves from humanity already naturally. Part of, and I could do a whole show on this. Part of the boomer zeitgeist is that they were going to be the generation that finally solved death with technology, and a lot of what you're seeing now is their final cry against the inexorable hand of death. But that's,
They were also going to solve poverty once and for all.
yes.
But also look these guys. All of these immigrants, right, come. Who invites them? It's the women. So boomers couldn't keep their women in check. And then they basically suggest younger men to do the same and suck it up and deal with the consequences that they created for everyone.
Of course. Because that's the boomer belief system. Their entire worldview is based around this. Steve gave you the monologue of the boomer belief system
I
already.
need to clip it, Steve.
Did I capture it well?
Pretty well.
Okay.
Right. So, and here's the thing, Elena, at any point, have we suggested that shame would work on a boomer?
No.
Steve, you are a boomer.
Yeah.
Would us young upstart whelps shaming you work on you?
No, I've dealt with enough. I got my money, whatever it is. Hey, you know what?
You don't care.
Not gonna work. No, I'm not the typical boomer.
Yeah, you know.
But no. I mean, we know, every one of us know this from personal experience. Dad, I'm having a hard time here. I need some help for my benefit and my family's benefit and for future children and all that. And I need some help financially, whatnot. Can you do that? Nope. You're on your own. I'm paraphrasing, but I've had that experience. Okay, I'm a boomer, but I had that experience from my dad, who was born in 1935. So okay, he's older than a boomer, but in certain ways, every one of us have had that modern experience from our father, who didn't really understand this legacy and stewardship thing.
Well, they don't even do it for women. Look, Steve, I'm going to give shout out to our friend Shah. This is Shah YouTube channel, who talks about dowry a lot. And they don't even take care of their daughters. They just say, well, okay, go get this useless college degree. You are on your own. you get married, right? Find another sucker who will wife you up, right? And like I can understand what women are going through. Like there is a lot of pressure on women there as well. Like I've been watching a lot of content by women, mostly for my Anita series, but like it's not without a reason, right? They say like there is so much pressure.
Well,
They're expected to work. They
Let
expected.
me outline in agreement and just lay this out. A father who has a daughter, she is your legacy. She is a path to grandchildren for propagation of the human race. So
Mhm.
it's not, you don't invest in your daughter's education primarily, you invest in her offspring. Therefore, it's important for you to have for her to be wifed up by a good man. So you need to evaluate that man, because that man and your daughter are going to create the legacy. And now you need to put some money in here because it's a stewardship issue.
Mhm.
You need to help him out to get established so they can have a viable existence and have the money to have kids. Plus, in a legacy manner, you need to give that man your blessing. You have the authority now. It's a God-given authority over your children. And you need to give that authority to your daughter's husband. And yes, this is historical. That's a wedding ceremony where you walk your daughter up the aisle. Who gives this woman? The father gives a woman. That's a transfer of authority. He takes her hand, puts it on his son-in-law's hand. Now he is the authority. That's the passing of the legacy. So you need to invest in your legacy, in your stewardship. And part of that is the dowry.
Dowry, yeah.